you know, and...
Troubled times for Darlington.
2,029 paying customers turned up to watch the bottom two teams in Division 3 battle for survival. It was a marginally better crowd than recently, but well below the figure Darlington need to keep alive financially. Poor results inevitably mean poor crowds, and Cyril Knowles' team hasn't won for 14 matches. But once again, the Feetham's faithful are being asked to dig into their pockets. The club needs £50,000, and the directors have appealed to the Darlington business community in particular to buy shares and save the Quakers.
It's most important that the townspeople of Darlington's
evil this season. They've used 29 different players. Of the 17 full-time pros, 4 have long-term injuries. They may not have won for 14 matches, but 10 of those have been draws. And with 9 of their last 13 games away from home, the outlook is bleak, and Cyril Knowles has few cards left to play.
I know the players I need, I know where the players are. But if there's no money, Roger, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I've had long chats with the chairman. He's been perfectly honest about it. But, I mean, just got to accept the situation. There's no money.
Not much encouragement on the pitch either. Carlisle were creating the few chances that emerged, though Guy Russell's remarkable miss was the sort of thing that can turn a manager grey before his time. In the second half, it was still the visitors who convinced more. Veteran striker Malcolm Poskett showed his class to cross the ball, and when the Quakers failed to clear, the former Newcastle defender Wes Saunders rattled the crossbar. Feetham's has been used to rather better in recent seasons. It's definitely not. With 10 minutes left, Carlisle found the goal they'd threatened. Russell lost his marker and made room for the cross, and Malcolm Poskett did the rest. For Carlisle, it was only their second win in 4 months, and though John Cook was sent off for swearing at a linesman, nothing could spoil a rare celebration. For Cyril Knowles and Darlington, though, the struggle for survival gets harder by the day.
Move today. It comes after a string of poor results in the third division, the latest being Saturday's defeat at home by bottom club Carlisle. Now the Quakers are second from bottom. Knowles will be replaced by club captain 23-year-old Paul Ward, who will be caretaker player manager. Here's Keith Akehurst.
Cyril Knowles was still at Feetham's today, clearing his desk in the manager's tiny office. Among the things thrown into black plastic bags was a lucky horseshoe given to him in Darlington's promotion-winning season and a packet of aspirin, a reflection of recent worries. Knowles was manager of the Quakers for 4 years, steering them out of the 4th Division in 1985. Last season they consolidated their position, but this year they struggled. They haven't won for the last 15 months.
At the previous meeting. We now concentrate on the action on the field with sports editor David Burton.
The gruesome weather was enough to dampen any hooligan tendencies, and as lighting up time came early to air, some Darlington supporters were hoping that caretaker player-manager Paul Ward would spark a Quakers revival against his old club. Much of the first half play floundered in the mud, though Bernie Slaven so nearly put Middlesbrough in the lead midway through. If the game wasn't too great, you could always admire the linesman's classy ball skills. Bottom of the 3rd Division, Darlington rarely threatened, and this shot from Mark Hine was the sum total of their attacking efforts. During the interval, a figure clad in orange and bearing an uncanny resemblance to Mark Page was observed, adding to the local litter problem. Borough's problem was turning second-half supremacy into goals. Archie Stevens' strong running made this opening, but neither Slaven nor Gary Hamilton could take advantage. With 66 minutes gone, though, Ward could only flick Hamilton's corner to the waiting Slaven, and the Scot had no trouble finding the Darlington net for his 19th goal of the season. Borough was surely about to take another giant step towards the 2nd Division. The home side were rampant now. Gary Gill's header so nearly made it 2 4 minutes later. From the resulting corner, Gary Pallister's challenge produced a chance for skipper Tony Mowbray, but his fellow central defender blazed over. Archie Stevens was next to try and put the issue beyond doubt, but the damp had clearly got into his shooting boots. Having weathered the onslaught, there was always the danger of Darlington snatching an equaliser, and that's exactly what Alan Roberts did in spectacular fashion 6 minutes from time. Another former Middlesbrough player, one of 6 in the Darlington squad today, Roberts gave the beleaguered Quakers a glimmer of hope, while the final scoreline of 1-1 left promotion-chasing Borough still in 3rd place in the